My name is Alex. This is the Sit Down on the Hip Hop Guru, and today we have one of the most talented people of all time, one of Canada's finest, Juno Award winning, man of style, man of class, TOBi.
Jeez, what's going on, man?
How you doing, man?
Thank you for having me, man. It's a long time in the making.
Man, it's a pleasure to be in the same room with you. So I wanted to first start off by saying congratulations on the Juno win. Shall I Continue? Rap EP, album EP of the year, you know, Elements, rap recording of the year. So what I want to ask you is, from the moment that you first made a song at 8 years old to walking onto that stage, what was that rush of emotions like?
Absolutely. You know, when I first started making music, I never did it to, you know, get awards and things like that. You know, I just made music because it was like breathing to me. It was like second nature. You know, I just knew that it was something that I loved, and I just wanted to be the best at it. You know, that's why I always listen to, you know, artists that, to me, I consider some of the greatest artists of all time, and they always set that bar for me. So, you know, as you know, accolades come in and people show that respect, it's like, this is what I work for. You know what I'm saying? And but to me, it's like, once it happens, I don't want it to get to my head. You know what I mean? Like, the job is not done. You know, the job's not done, and we just got to keep moving, take it, embrace it, and double back on them. You know.
So what's one thing that you look to that gives you motivation, you know, on a daily, that gives you reassurance, you know, because, you know, like you were saying, like, you could think about that win and then kind of it'll get to your head and then, you know, eventually it'll catch up. But what's that one thing that keeps you going every single day?
For me, it's my love of the craft, man. Like, I was telling somebody, you know, I made music for like 10 years before I ever got a dime for it. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's the love for it, the craft for it. And also, I know that music is going to be an avenue that I could use to do other things as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, stuff for my community, even stuff for my home in Nigeria. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, I'm very honored to be an artist. You know what I'm saying? To be like a full-time artist, man, that's the motivation for me. Like, just keep the shit going and just keep, you know, inspiring myself and others.
Yeah, because last time we were talking, you were saying that you're going out to Africa to do a performance, you know, go back and travel and stuff like that. So to be able to do like music in the hometown is one thing. To be able to do it, to go back, you know, across countries is like, you know, you've reached that level of international, worldwide.
Bro, and you know what's so surreal about it is it didn't even hit until I landed there. You know what I'm saying? So when I landed there, you know, I was in Accra, Ghana. I was just walking down the street with this rapper named Manifest, who's one of their like guys, big dogs out there in Ghana. And this kid comes up to me and he's like, "Yo, are you TOBi?" I said, yeah, what's up? And then he showed me his phone and the song was right on there. And I was like, wow, this is great. Like, that was a surreal feeling, like just on a random road in Accra, Ghana. So that really like cemented for me that, yo, it's the internet. People are watching everything. Yeah. So that's why I'm, you know, intentional about what I put out.
And that's the beautiful thing too, because you never know how far it's gonna reach. And then, you know, your music has impacted people worldwide, and, you know, that must have been like a super heartfelt moment, you know, because, you know, it's perspective too, right? Because that just must have been a fantastic moment. So
absolutely,
I want to talk to you also about your come up. You know, you grew up in Lagos, Brampton, through way of Ottawa and Toronto.
Yeah.
So how did that upbringing have an impact on your musical influence?
Yeah, man. I think growing up in different places and experiencing different things, it allowed me to be open and just have like a rich musical palette. You know what I'm saying? So growing up in Nigeria, you know, I used to listen to like Fela Kuti, you know, Afro beats before it was called Afro beats. You know what I'm saying? When it was Afro beat, you know, the S just got added. Anyways, I don't even have to get into it. But, you know, growing into that and then falling in love with 90s hip hop, with Jay-Z, LOX, you know what I'm saying, DMX, and then learning about Southern hip hop, Goody Mob, UGK, Outkast, and then learning about, you know, Jersey, you know, Lauryn Hill, you know what I'm saying? Like, dude, it's a constant evolution. Every time someone sends me some new shit, some new music, it's like, this is another aspect that's just blowing my brain, dog. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's just a constant evolution. And I think growing up in different places allows me to be receptive to it and like appreciate it.
No, because your music has like pure soul. You know, when you listen to it, it's like you're watching a movie play in audio format. You know, so it's like.
Jeez.
And I also saw that you said one of your the first songs you listened to when your cousin showed you "Slippin'" by DMX.
Yeah.
And that was kind of something that gave you that perspective to go more on the side of sharing like music that means something to you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So let's also talk about you doing the freestyle, but because you had a like, you know, you're putting yourself out there to do this as your full-time thing. You know, I was watching the videos of you doing freestyles, you know, when you're younger, and then you did open mics, slam poetry. So talk about how those experiences helped you grow as a musician.
Oh man, I loved freestyle battling, man, because to me, when you freestyle, it's all about destroying your opponent lyrically. You feel me? So I think that's like one of the ways that you just challenge your pen. You know, I think like battle rappers to me are some of the finest writers like ever. You know what I'm saying?
You have to be quick with it.
You gotta be quick, clever, you know, witty. So yeah, that's definitely where I started from. And then I started doing spoken word poetry because I also think poets, especially spoken word poets, you know, that's like one of the highest forms of writing, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
And you know, you think about some of the best songwriters ever. They have either a battling background or a spoken word poet background. You know, you think of like Mos Def, Biggie, Jay-Z, you know, Busta, even dance hall artists like Vibes Cartel, you know, Bounty Killer. They always used to battle each other, you know what I mean? Because it keeps you sharp, you know, it keeps you on your game. So with that being said, you know, I don't think anybody's pen could really fuck with mine, to be honest, because I have that background. So, you know, that's where we're at.
When are we gonna get the next like freestyle video with the
a battle?
Yeah.
Nah, I'm off it.
Retired off that?
unless somebody really like pokes me, it's not happening.
Because you're in that next chapter now.
Yeah. We making music. Timeless music.
Timeless music.
Yes.
So into that, like your music is super insightful. You know, it stands out. It tells a story. You talk about struggle, jumping hurdles, applying pressure, self-worth, overcoming like the unexpected. Talk about like what truly went into the new album, Panic. You know, these songs, Hoodwinked, She Loves Me, Flowers. You know, the new ones, Keep From Falling, Flatline with Kenny Mason. You know, talk about those ones because, you know, I have some notes here and there's like truly deep meanings in those ones.
My guy. No, I appreciate that, man. So Panic, I came up with that title about, I'll say 7-8 years ago. I came up with that title. And the reason why I came up with it was because, you know, when I think of the word panic on an individual level, it's like when somebody's panicking, it's almost like you're stuck and you don't know what to do, right? It's like a loss of control. You feel me? However, if you can get over that, I believe you become a stronger person. Because whatever was holding you back when you were panicking, you realize that you can get over it. And that's what, to me, that's what life is about. When you learn and you make mistakes, you learn that everything that you've been through, you've already been through it. So you could go through more shit.
You know, I love that because the biggest thing holding people back is like fear of failure, right?
Right.
People think that, you know, everything else is on that other side of you know, your comfort zone. So if you're panicked, like you're saying, you know, it's like you're never going to get to where you want to go because you're going to always be stuck in the zone of thinking, maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I'm not, you know, don't have the capabilities or anything like that. So I actually love that because there's a true meaning in everything behind that one.
Absolutely, bro. And that's something that I think about for myself too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like on a larger like society level. I'm not gonna get too deep on it, but you know, I think that sometimes we just be scared, you know what I'm saying? Like afraid. And I think about like what keeps us afraid and of, you know, of like loving each other. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like regardless of your race, your religion, your ethnicity, your background, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like we all humans at the end of the day. So part of the album, I wanted to break that down too. And there's a song on there. There's a very special song on there. It's called Protect You.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the premise of that song is like, let down the walls and know that I got you. You got me. Even if we're not related, you feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We going through this human journey together.
Mm-hmm.
So we got let's have each other as much as we can.
That's what it is, because it goes back to that one person that saw you when you're back in Africa and you're going down the street, you know, and then it's like everybody's connected, even if you don't know. And the thing with hate too is that nobody's taught it. It's taught when you're born, right? Nobody's taught hating other people. It's just
Nobody's born hating.
Exactly.
Right,
yeah.
right.
You know, these songs like She Loves Me, Love and Patience, Sink or Swim, you know, with that hoodwinked perspective, what I got from that was like a perspective with child with like family issues and stuff like that, self-belief and betrayal, and going through the path of life. So how do you deal with, like, you know, if there's like somebody that you're close with that kind of puts you the wrong way and you have to move forward?
Yeah, bro, that's something that I'm learning right now, because, you know, I think my default has always been like, because I put a lot of faith in people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I like to give people respect off the bat. You know, some people you got to earn their respect.
Absolutely.
Me, I'm actually the opposite. I give you respect off the bat because I think we all deserve it. But then if you cross me and you fuck me over, then I just put you on the block list. Like I really block people in real life. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, everybody's learning. You know what I'm saying? Some people will say that's a little harsh to just block people and just cut them off. But, you know, it's something that I'm learning, just how to be like, you know, more forgiving, or be more like, you know, seeing people's perspectives if they're willing to change. You feel me?
No, straight up. Yeah. That's true, because, you know, it's like most people are going to stick to what their train of thought is forever, and, you know, super stubbornness, you know, so you never know.
Yeah, I could be a stubborn guy still.
Everybody has that, you know.
Facts.
So with the Flowers, there was the verse where you're talking about, you know, why do they want to give you your flowers when you cannot smell, and then wait till they give them when you're pallbearers, you know?
Why they wait to lift you up when they're your pallbearers?
Yeah. You know, that I had the one on repeat, man.
I mean, I appreciate that, man. To me, that song is just about like just loving your people while they're here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, dude, the way I think about it, man, like me sitting here in front of you right now, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for so many people showing me love, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many obstacles that, you know, I had to go through in life. And like, of course, I did it with my willpower and my determination, but I also did it with like support. You know what I'm saying? And like, I just try every day, bro, just to like show people that like, yo, I appreciate you, man. Like, thank you, you know? So that's what the song is about, man. Flowers, like, I can't wait. You know, I don't want to wait until somebody's not there anymore to not to do that. You know what I'm saying?
There's certain artists where it's like, you know, you listen to it and it passes with just the beat and stuff like that. But this is music you literally have to listen to, analyze it, you know, play it back again, because, you know, you can't just get everything in one play. And that's what makes timeless music. And that's what you have with these songs. And, you know, it's not just the recent album, it's everything going back to the beginning. So it's really, you know, big shout out to you for your music.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Of course, man. So with that in mind, your cover art and the videos are also super unique, you know, movie like. So what goes into your creative direction when you're going and thinking about for this video, for this album cover?
So the cover art for Panic was a photographer that I saw on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Luigi Crease, and I loved everything he was doing. You know, it looked like every shot looked like a what's it called? Like a screenshot from a movie.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I was like, man, we're making an album that feels cinematic. It feels like a world. I want to capture that essence in photo version.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the thing is, he's based in Trinidad.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, me and someone from my team, we flew to Trinidad last year.
Oh, wow.
And we were there for 3 days. We did the whole shoot, the whole concept, everything. And we just wanted to get like real raw emotion. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, if you see it for the cover arts for the singles, they're all displaying like this kind of like grand cinematic, you know, gestures, like, you know, me with the girl, you know, my love interest for She Loves Me, and flowers. And then in Hoodwinked, like those images of me, you know, clearly showing like this rage, you know what I'm saying? Like those were all real feelings. Like it wasn't like fake. Like I was actually,
that was really raw emotion,
yelling and feeling everything. So, you know, you see the veins, it was worth it though. It was worth it. Yeah. Spending that money to go over there and, you know, taking that time, it was worth it because that stuff is going to live. It's going to live forever.
That's the thing about traveling, right? Because you're going to have that memory forever. It's not like you're going to buy something and then you forget about it because the next one comes out. You know, it's like a FOMO of that.
Right.
And that's something that's going to be like in history for all like eternity, you know, because that's once your music is up there too, it's like, and people are going to get it printed as well, you know, put it up on the wall with the vinyl. So that makes it even more of a reason to, you know, support and stuff like that too.
Absolutely.
So I wanted to ask you also, you got like cosigns from like Jamie Foxx and Snoop Dogg on social media a little bit ago, you know? So what was that like when you saw that like pop up on your phone?
I didn't believe it for like 2 days. Do you know what I'm saying? Because like prior to that, man, I was on like Instagram and Twitter. Like I had no followers. You know what I mean? I didn't really have traction. And then as soon as those guys co-signed, it just started going crazy. You know what I mean? People just fled into my page. So it was a hectic time, bro. But I will say this, for somebody like Snoop Dogg, you know, Jamie Foxx to show me that love online, it led to The Game showing me love in real life.
Yeah.
Because when he saw that, he sent me a message and he's like, 2 days after, he said, bro, fly to LA right now. I need you for my album.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened right after that. And I literally, I just bought my ticket and I flew over there ASAP and we worked on the album. So I'm grateful for that because I felt like it kickstarted a lot of shit, you know? That's
so awesome. Because I wanted to ask you also, how did that the remix with the game come about? So that's during that session?
Yeah. So it's crazy because he was like, yo, send me the track, right? Bro, by the time I got there, he'd already done the verse. Let's say we're in the studio for 5 hours. He will fuck around and make 5 songs.
Wow.
Yeah. That's the kind of writer he is. Like beats playing on loop, going crazy. Writing a concept. Boom, boom, boom. Done, bro. One of the most prolific writers I've ever witnessed in person.
That's crazy, man. That's one of those moments where you have to like sit and be like, wait a second, I'm here right now, you know?
Absolute. And what that taught me was like, yo, as an artist, there's a bar. You know what I'm saying? And when you see people like that who've put in 20 years into their craft, it's like, why stop now? You know what I'm saying?
It's just the beginning.
It's just the beginning. Hip hop will make you think that like, yo, once you reach a certain age, you can't rap anymore because it's not cool. And I've heard, you know, there's an Andre 3000 interview where he talks about that. But it's like, nah, bro. Hip hop is an art form. Rap is an art form. You can keep getting better. Look at Black Thought. Look at Nas. You can keep getting better. Just, just lock in. So that's what I gained from that. It's a marathon. Keep going.
Mm-hmm. That's super well deserved for one, because that song was already so deep, but it gave it the recognition also that it deserved. And then that's awesome too, because you were able to go into a huge studio session where it lifted up your because everybody thinks that they're at a certain level and that they're doing something crazy, but once you're in a situation like that, it truly elevates you to like that next level.
Absolutely.
So with that in mind, so you have this really cool series that you put out on YouTube, but it's more than just a series. It's a lifestyle that you live with, and it's the Don't Forget to Live. And you have this book that you carry with you and that you have people sign.
Yeah.
So talk about like the significance of that book.
Man, I'll do you one better, man. Listen, I got it right here.
Okay.
Don't Forget to Live. So to me, this book is I started taking it out when I was on tour, and getting fans to write in it and things like that. And I got some funny shit in here too. I got someone who wrote she said chonies off, which means panties off.
Okay.
Which means she lives carefree. I was like, what does this mean? She like, it means I live carefree. I was like, that's dope. But yeah, it's kind of cool. People write like inspirational stuff in there too, and things that really mean something to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, someone here wrote, so many of us choose our path out of fear, disguised as practicality, when what we really want seems impossibly out of reach. So we never dare to ask the universe for it. I'm the proof that you can ask the universe for it.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
That's hard.
And that just really hit me because it's wisdom.
So which one was like the one that you saw and then you were like, wow, this kind of changed my perspective on, was it that one right there?
I think that's one of them for sure. Yeah. And it's like, man, I think everybody knows what's really good. Mm-hmm. We all know what's really good for us at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. We just got to go deep down and ask.
It's the intrusive thoughts sometimes, that take over.
Right. But we know what's good for us. We know what we should and should not be doing. Mm-hmm. So I just collect what everybody knows that they know what they should be doing or whatever.
The coolest thing about that is that it's so unique, and it's like, especially when you go around, people probably see it and they feel like they're on top of the world, but for you too to keep down those memories and notes and all that, that's really awesome.